Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as we've got a Friday doubleheader here at Rainier High School between your Taft Tigers and the host, Rainier Columbians, as this once again is another top 10 showdown between these teams, as well as the softball teams that will be taking place as well today. For the boys, it's the number 9 ranked Tigers taking on the number 7 ranked Columbians. The last time they played, Taft was again the lower ranked team. Rainier was ranked number 2. It was early in the season. That was back on April 9th. Oh yes, so long ago here, just April 26th, as we're already halfway through the league season. As we look at it, the league standings, the Warrenton Warriors are atop 5-1, but that one comes courtesy of the Rainier Columbians on Wednesday. Fortunately for the Tigers, they've played all their games. Unfortunately, they've all been at home so far, so that means that they're going to be road dogs the rest of the league schedule, but they don't have to make up any games right now. For the Columbians, they had to throw their number 1 pitcher, Austin Cantrell, on Wednesday to pick up that W. And now the Tigers, with the doubleheader today, they can go to 7-2 if they can sweep the series against the Columbians, put them in great shape with the Warriors. Going to Willamina today. The other doubleheader is Catlin Gable and Klatskanai. Things can either become a lot more clear in Special District number 2, or it's going to get a whole lot murkier after these 2 games are done today for all 6 teams, as Coach Carnes and Coach Hilgers, each in their second seasons, get done. We're going to have some wind coming up here at Rainier High School, so it's going to affect the video that we take a bit, as it's going to be coming in nice and brisk for us, but we'll do our best to manage. Fortunately, we've got a nice setup here for this matchup between the Tigers and the Columbians, as the Tigers will be on the, well, again, we're having some troubles. We're going to make the best of it, though. On the mound today, it will be Logan Keizur for the Columbians. He'll be going to Preston Setzer once again behind the plate. Over at first base, it will be Austin Cantrell. Normally, it's been Logan Keizur, but as we said, Cantrell, the number 1 man, having to go on Wednesday. He is, I think, only able at most to throw 25 pitches if he's able to throw at all. We'll be doing our best to monitor that throughout. As Tigers, they're in a great situation as far as pitching goes, with Eli at full availability. He'll be on the mound today. And then Blaze with full availability as well. He'll be starting the second game of the doubleheader between the 2. Here for this nice setup. We've got some windy conditions trying to prevail in this press box here, but got it handled the best that we'll get to today. So it's a situation for baseball for us to watch now that we hopefully have our technical difficulties finished. So on the field, it'll be the Trip Boys up the middle. Kenny at second base with Joey at shortstop. It'll be Jordan Kangas at third base. And then it'll be Jaden Robb in left field, Hunter Bolch in center field, and Tanner Chapman in right field. For the Tigers, it's going to be Trenton Fisher leading things off, followed by Eli DeMello, Cody Knott, Ty Fisher, Blaze Kimberly, Ramos, Darius Smith, Caden Heinman, and Ethan Thomas are the Tigers 1 through 9. So Tigers don the road blacks with the gray pants. It's road dogs from here on out for the Tigers. Columbians in their home whites, green pants. First pitch swinging. This one's into foul territory, and it's going to get down as Cantrell chases after it. There is a whole lot of space in foul territory here at Rainier High School. Nice field and setup. So 0-1 count to Fisher from Keizur. As right-hander gets it right back up the middle. Little one hopper. He throws to first base on the 1-3 ground out. And first out of the inning is recorded for the Columbians. We'll bring up junior pitcher today, Eli DeMello. On the season, Eli's hitting .400. He's tied with the man on deck, Cody Knott, in that category. In league play, hitting even better. First pitch in the dirt outside for a ball. So Tigers, they're able to get on top early against the Columbians. Also played some small ball. It was a 1-9 effort in the lineup in that first win. As Eli looks at a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 count with one down, top of the first. This is Stan Pierboom Field. That one in the dirt, blocked by Setzer, ball 2. Keizur steps off. He'll step back on. He's throwing from the windup with nobody on. 2-1. Late call outside. Gets it. 2-2 count now for Eli. Looks to Coach Hilgers along the first base side. The assistant coach Tom Nelson in the first base box today. Coach King likely listening at home on AM 1400 KBCH. This went down the middle and fouled out of play along the first base side. Eli will try it again. So we've got wind coming in from left field to home plate. As this one outside hit to Kenny Tripp. It's 3-hopper. He gets it on the dirt. Throws to Cantrell at first in time for the 4-3 ground out. 2 down now for the Tigers, and their top half of the first inning will bring Cody Knott to the plate. As Cody leads the team on the season with 22 hits through 17 games. The slugging percentage is also right up there. It's just under 700. So 2 down for Knott. He looks at a pitch inside, ball 1. On deck is Tye Fisher. He was the man of senior night, as nothing was bigger than the grand slam that he hit in the bottom of the first inning. Right now, Cody Knott looking to get on base, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. So 1-1 count for Cody, working against Logan Keizur. Curveball gets him on the inside plate looking. 1-2 now for Cody. So it's 3-11 to the left pole and the right field poles. Curveball again, hit up the middle and fielded once again by Keizur, who starts the inning with a 1-3 ground out and ends the inning with a 1-3 ground out. Will go bottom first for the Columbians. It's going to be the Tripp boys, Joey, Kenny, and then the third baseman, Jordan Kangas, when we come back in 60 seconds on your Tigers Radio Network. Welcome back with Tigers and Columbians, as we're here now in the bottom of the first inning. After the Tigers, they went 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, as Logan Keizur kept everything on the infield. So it's going to be Joey Tripp, the senior shortstop, the player of the year at the 3A level for football, as he led the Columbians to an undefeated state championship. In basketball, the Columbians were the number 2 seed out of the Coastal Range League, where they fell in the first round of the state playoffs to the Nissa Bulldogs. And following Wednesday's win, they're at 3-2 in league play, and they're trying to get themselves firmly into the top 3 of the league standings to qualify for one of the 15 automatic seeds to the OSAA state playoffs. He's going to be facing Eli DeMello on the mound, whose first pitch just misses outside for a ball. On deck is little brother freshman Kenny Tripp, and then it'll be third baseman Jordan Kangas in the hole. So the 1-0 turns to a 2-0. That one misses low and away. So Coach Carnes along the third base side in his second season. Assistant Coach Tripp in the first base box. This one hit in the infield. It's popped up. Cody Knott raises a hand to block the sun, makes the catch on the pop-up. So one down for the Tigers brings up second baseman Kenny Tripp. So Kangas now on deck with Cantrell in the hole. Early on, each pitcher keeping things short here on the grass field. That pitch outside, ball 1 to Tripp. So defensively for the Tigers, it's Caden Heineman behind the plate, plays Kimbrough at first, Fico Ramos at third base. Up the middle, it's Cody Knott at shortstop and Ethan Thomas at second base as Tripp looks at strike 1 down the middle. And the outfield, Darius Smith in left, Tye Fisher in center field, and Trenton Fisher in right field. And this one hit into the outfield. It's going to right center field as Little Fish makes his way into the gap and swallows that one up for out number 2. F9, 2 down here for Jordan Kangas now. So Cantrell on deck. So right-hander. Kangas steps in. This is the first of 2 games today. This one hit up the middle, and it's going to be a Texas leaguer there in shallow right center field that falls in for the first hit of the day. First pitch swinging for Kangas will bring up the first baseman, Austin Cantrell. So Cantrell, who went the distance in the first game between these two, 6 innings. As Tigers were at home, Kangas takes off. This one's hit, and it's in the gap between short and third. Back-to-back singles have Cantrell at first and Kangas at second with 2 down for left fielder Jaden Robb. So Tigers looking for one more out as the lefty Robb steps in. Coach Kilgers calls out the defense for the Tigers. Eli thrown from the stretch. With 2 on, he steps off. As he can wear his spikes today here on the grass field with the dirt hill. No spikes allowed at the pit on the mound. This one, first pitch swinging from Robb. Fouled into the cage, strike 1. On deck is the pitcher, Logan Keizur. He chases after the foul ball. Try it again here, 0-1. Runners on first and second. That pitch misses outside. Ball 1 now to Robb. Other games in action, as we said at the pregame. Warrenton down the highway to take on Willamina in a doubleheader. As that one is in the dirt, as Cantrell got a bit of space over at first base, thinking that one might go somewhere. Caden didn't see it. Blaze was at the bag. No throw back to first. So 2-1 count. As Knott gets back into the field of play. This one swung on, hit into left field. Darius is going to come in, and he's unable to make the catch. And Jordan Kangas scores That one just snow-coned in the glove for Darius. So, first run across is unearned, but for the Columbians, that's irrelevant, as scoreboard is what matters. And they've got 2 on still with 2 down, as Cantrell moves up to second base on the play. First pitch to Keizur, inside for a ball. On deck now is Tanner Chapman, the right fielder. Second pitch, inside, ball 2. Columbians able to get the bat on the ball here early. And this one swung. It'll come playable to Cody at shortstop. He fires to Blaze at first, who makes the tag for out number 3, but not before Jaden Robb scores Jordan Kangas on a bloop hit off the snow cone glove of Darius Smith. We'll go top 2, as it is Rainier 1, Taft 0, back in 60 on your Tigers radio network. Oh, okay. I was wondering how he did that in his book. Normally, if the DH is under, that means Tyler would be hitting for Tanner. So, 2 hits, 2 left on base. What's that? Austin? Oh, yeah. Well, when you got an arm, that's sometimes to be expected. Well, that was he pitched the whole game the first time, so that's what I'm like. So that's going to be interesting to see his pitching rotations. All right, so we're here in the top of the second inning as Tigers. They gave up 1 run to the Columbians there in the first inning. There's an unearned run as Darius unable to make the catch, and Jordan Kangas with 2 outs just kept running all the way. So Ty Fisher will start things off for the Tigers here. And the top of the second, 2. Logan Keizur on the mound. First pitch, check swing, as that one's in the dirt. Preston Setzer behind the plate blocks, with Austin Cantrell at first base, Kenny Tripp at second, Jordan Kangas at third, Joey Tripp at shortstop. And then you have Jaden Robb in left, Hunter Bulch in center, and Tanner Chapman in right, as Ty Fisher looks at called strike 1 inside. 1-1 count for Ty. 2 for 2 on senior night for the Tigers. Their 17-0 victory for Klatskanai. It was curveball by Keizur. Good looking curveball. Comes in looking across the plate. Strike 2. Keizur's been throwing it early here, so with a 1-2 count, Ty got to protect. This one gets a piece of it, as Blaze Kimbrough on deck goes and picks that one up. So Keizur with the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, and breaking pitch, fouled off once again. This time into the first base fence. So some of the Tiger parents making the trip on out. It's Keizur, 1-2, again fouled out of play along that first base side by Tai. So 3 straight foul pitches. Tai looking to put one into a soft spot there in the outfield grass. We have a brief delay right now, and I think it has to do perhaps with a necklace from Logan Keizur on the mound. As we've got nice sunshine here. So I believe it was former Mariners relief pitcher Arthur Rhodes who had to take his diamond earrings off during a Mariners game several seasons ago. This time Logan Keizur, not a diamond-studded necklace, as that one's in the dirt for ball 2. So curveball misses low. Tigers trying to get their first base runner. Ty on the season, hitting .333 with 16 hits. Looking for 17. Here's the 2-2 swung. It's low. It gets away from Setzer as Ty swings. Here's the throw to first, and it is in time. So a strikeout, 2-3 ground out for out number 1 here in the top of the second. We'll bring Blaze Kimbrough to the plate. So Blaze has driven in 14 runs on the season, one of the areas where he's excelled at, but nobody on base right now. So trying to get the Tigers' first base runner on here. Starts off swinging against Keizur, who's got the outside heat, strike 1. Very likely to see Blaze start the second game of 2 today. That one low in the dirt. Setzer blocks. Ball 1. As Setzer asked for a call from first base field ump, and he says safe. This didn't look close either up here. The 1-1 hit to third base to Kangas, who was unable to make the transfer from the glove, and the throw is not in time. So they call it the hot corner for a reason, and Blaze Kimbrough now Tigers' first base runner. As that one came in hot to Kangas, and he also kind of stumbled as he came up there. So Fico Ramos now at the plate. This young man's hitting over 400 in league play so far through 7 games. So Keizur with a runner on, throws from the stretch, first pitch fastball, swinging, gets Fico for strike 1. On the season, Fico's hitting .300 with 9 hits. As that one is high and away for ball 1. Sophomore has definitely been a part of the Tigers' success when they've been playing well. The middle and bottom of the lineup have been hitting very well. He's had some timely RBIs to either start a rally or keep a rally going. Curveball misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 count. With Blaze at first. Darius Smith on deck. And check throw to first base. Tag applied, not in time to get Blaze. Always got to be afraid of the wheels of Blaze Kimbrough. As we look, he does have 4 stolen bases on the season. That's part of 57 stolen bags for the Tigers. That pitch is low and away for ball 3 to Fico. And we mentioned Fico's he's got 9 hits. Well, he's got 12 free passes on the year. The 3-1 count. He does have 11 walks, and he's been dinged 1 time. So Keizur, that pitch gets the outside corner, strike 2. Full count now for Fico. Top second inning, Rainier 1, Taft 0. So Keizur, the 3-2. This is high and away. So Fico heads to first. Blaze goes to second. Darius comes to the plate. On deck now is the catcher, Caden Heinman. And it'll be the number 9 man, Ethan Thomas, who's been playing second lately. Darius looks to Coach Hilgers. Darius, .333 hitter on the season. He's another one of the plus 400 hitters for Taft in league play. Looks at strike 1 from Keizur. 0-2 with 2 on. Gets him swinging with the curveball. And now he's down 0-2. Darius has definitely been a pull hitter as Rob not playing the line. That one in the dirt, and with the runner at first and less than 2 down, he's out. So, second out of the inning for the Tigers brings up the freshman catcher, Caden Heineman. Caden, 273 on the season. He's a plus 400 hitter in league. This one in on the wrist. It's fouled up and on top of the Rainier baseball building, similar to the Tiger baseball building. Got the concessions down below. Got PA score booth up here. No PA announcer though. Got Tanner Chapman's little brother up here. As nice curveball from Keizur. It's across for strike 2. Although I think I see some microphones, so perhaps we could hook one up for the young man. Give him double duties. Here's the 0-2 check swing. They look down to first base as he's not at first base. He's in the middle of the field, and they say that Caden Heineman broke the plane. So back-to-back strikeouts ends the threat with 2 runners left on base for the Tigers. We go bottom second, Taft trailing Rainier 1-0 and 60 on your Tigers Radio Network. Football, basketball, baseball, but then the teams that qualify for state. Welcome back on AM 1400 KBCH, where we go to the bottom of the second inning as Columbians got 1 in the first off an error. The Tigers were hoping that an error would lead to their first run of the game, but Columbians were able to shut the threat down with back-to-back strikeouts from Logan Keizur. It brings Tanner Chapman to the plate now, right fielder, his first at-bat of the day. And then on deck will be the designated hitter, Tyler Nelson. So DeMello on the mound. First pitch swinging goes to Thomas at second base, who tosses it over to Blaze for the quick 4-3 ground out for out number 1. So Tyler Nelson, senior, will come to the plate now. First time today. He's batting for the center fielder, Hunter Bulch. Or I'm not sure who he's hitting for, as he's listed as a designated hitter for in between Chapman and Bulch is on deck. So that one is fouled off by Nelson. So perhaps that means Preston Setzer, but an odd lineup. That one, curveball from Eli, hits, strike 2. He's got Tyler Nelson now in an 0-2 hole. And this one's hit hard to Cody. Now comes in, goes low, makes the grab as he then makes the throw to Blaze in time. That one was hit in here with the grass infield with dirt base lines. He definitely got to make sure that you're keeping that glove low. So with Hunter Bolch now at the plate and then Joey Tripp on deck, that means that this one's popped up as Caden Heineman makes the catch with the catcher's mask on. A heck of a play to get the final out of the inning by the freshman catcher. They're usually taught rip that thing off, but I don't know if he had taken the time to rip it off, if perhaps he might have lost it as a result of it. But for the Tigers, they get the Columbians to go 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the top of the third inning here on your Taft Tigers Radio Network. So we come back here to the top of the third inning in a 1-0 game with the Columbians on top. It'll be the 9-1-2 part of the lineup for the Tigers. The second baseman, Ethan Thomas, will take his first at-bat today against Logan Keizur. So it's been Keizur on the mound against DeMello. In game one of this two-game doubleheader, first pitch is low in the dirt, gets away from Preston Setzer, who we ascertain must be the player that is being hit for by Tyler Nelson. So 1-0 count for Thomas with Trenton Fisher on deck. Ethan hitting just below the Mendoza line, hits that one to Kangas, comes in on the one hopper, fires to Cantrell, and makes the throw and catch in time to snag Thomas for the first out. So we've gone through the lineup for the first time now for each team, as Tigers still looking for their first hit. Columbians have 2 hits on their first 9 through the lineup. Of course, they got that 1 run with 2 outs. Darius unable to make the grab. Trenton looking to be the first Tiger man to get a hit here as he starts off with a ball. That one was high from Keizur. Trenton with 11 walks. He's been plunked 3 times. He leads the team in free bases issued. He's also got 20 hits on the season, so he's got a very high on-base percentage. Fouls that one back and over. 1-1 count now with Eli DeMello on deck. Is got a helicopter from the sound of it. No, it's a log truck. Make very similar sounds there with the mufflers. And I have headphones on, so you can forgive me, I suppose. Gets the outside corner looking to Fisher on the fastball. So 1-2 count for Keizur, who's been in command here at home. As it took me 3 hours and 20 minutes to leave Lincoln City. Curveball outside. 2-2 count. Has been one thing to make a big deal of is if you can win on the road, because travel's such a big deal. These Friday doubleheaders, as we said, Taft all road games from here on out. As Trent Fisher's got himself a full count now, as Keizur missed that one again high. Fisher, of course, not the tallest player, doesn't have the biggest strike zone. But he also doesn't have a miniature strike zone. Here's the full count. Swung hit into center field. Bolch takes a few steps in and one back and makes the grab for the first solid smack into the outfield. But now there's 2 down for Eli DeMello, looking to start a 2-out rally for the Tigers. Coming in today on the season, hitting, he and Cody, who's on deck, each hitting .400. So a hair under that now on the season. As Eli steps in. Hits this one to Kangas, to Hopper, makes the scoop, and there's the throw to Cantrell. As Kangas looked at his glove like he wasn't sure he had that at first, but he's got a few plays there at third, makes the catch there to end the inning and start the inning. We go bottom 3. It's Rainier 1, Taft 0, back in 60. Two small kids are the ones that got hit the most for us. My senior year, I led the team hit by pitches. I got hit 3 times in one game. Kid just apologized. I'm sorry. So we're here in the bottom of the 3rd inning now as Joey Tripp comes for the 2nd time today. He popped up to Cody Knott in his first at-bat as he takes first pitch low inside from Eli DeMello, thrown to the freshman Caden Heinman. There's 1-0 game here, bottom 3 at Rainier High School on the grass field. As Eli fires this one across the plate, gets Tripp looking for strike number 2. Tripp, who had a single in the first game, but then he tried to stretch it into a double, and he got thrown out by Trenton Fisher. Looks in at low. That's ball 2. 2-1 count. As Tigers in their road blacks jerseys with gray pants. In fact, I believe they've even donned different hats for this one. This one hit into right center field. Trenton, though, hustles and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Second put out of the game for Trenton. Showed some good wheels to get over in the gap and make the catch. So Kenny Tripp will step to the plate, the second baseman, as he flew out to Trenton in his first at-bat of the game. So Eli. His first pitch gets Tripp swinging, strike 1. Fastball down the middle. Try it again. The 0-1. This one low and in the dirt and off the catcher's mask of Caden. So plate up, comes out. He's going to, apparently he doesn't trust his arm. He's going to walk this one out to Eli. Like me, he's been doing boxing workouts in the gym and the shoulders are just torn up. Coach Hilgers, he loves to show off the barehanded defensive skills on any foul balls hit his way. So we'll try it again here. 1-1 count with 1 down, bottom 3 to Kenny Tripp from Eli DeMello. This one's hit to Ethan Thomas, who makes the snag on the 1 hop. Flicks it over to Blaze at first for the second out. 4-3. Good snag there by Ethan. Like a little bit of a backhand used. So, Jordan Kangas, the third baseman, will come to the plate for the second time. He had a bloop single into right center field. He would come around to score. The game's only run as he looks at a strike. And this one hit hard to right field, and Trenton comes in, goes to the knees, makes the snag. That one hit on a line shot to Trenton as as he gets the first out and the last out. This has been going on a few times so far in the game. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go top four with Tigers trailing the Columbians 1-0 here back in 60 on your Tigers Radio Network. Back on AM 1400 KBCH, where Tigers and the Columbians getting into a little bit of a pitching duel so far as we're here in the top of the fourth of a 1-0 game. It's going to be the Tigers' Cody Knott coming to the plate for the second time today with Ty Fisher on deck and Blaze Kimbrough in the hole as they seek to get the Tigers their first base hit of the day. They've had two base runners, but they've yet to get anybody on via a hit, and certainly yet to get anybody all the way across the plate. So Cody steps in for the second time today, trying to be the first guy to make it happen, and starts with a shot into left field. Jaden Robb backs up and makes the over-the-back catch. Oh, wow. A heck of a play by Jaden Robb to track that one down and make the catch going towards the left field fence. As he robs a hit, he robs extra bases from Cody, who definitely has great speed on the base pass. So Ty Fisher now will step in. That's where he took his grand slam shot in the senior day game against Klatskanai. Curveball, this one's hit hard into center field. Hunter Bolch backs up, comes forward, makes the catch. Tigers, they're starting to put some bat on the ball, but the problem is they're going right to the Columbians outfielders. Blaze Kimbrough will come forward now. He hit one that Jordan Kangas struggled to play at third base as he was able to get on via error. Blaze advanced all the way to second base. That was as far as he would go, though, back in the second. On deck, Fico Ramos, who got on via a walk. Those are the only two Tiger base runners today. Blaze looking for that first hit and drops it just foul down the left field line as he was looking to turn at first and see if he could pick up more, but that one less than 2 feet fell foul. So the 0-1 count to Blaze. As Keizur's been efficient on the hill today. That pitch outside for ball one. It was the error from Kangas. It would have been the second out of the game, but then he gave up the walk to Fico. Other than that, good day so far from Keizur. As Tigers try and rough him up. This one, though, in on the hands of Blaze. Popped up to Kenny Tripp, who makes the final out of the inning on the pop-up. 3 up, 3 down. As he's retired the last 8 straight batters, we go bottom 4 with Eli DeMello on the hill in 60 on your Tigers Radio Network. So Austin Cantrell comes to the to the plate to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning against Eli DeMello. As Eli starts off, breaking pitch gets him looking for strike one. As Cantrell had a single back in his first at-bat of the game. Only 2 hits allowed by Eli so far. This one hit to right field. Trenton's going to come forward and doesn't have to get the pants dirty this time as he makes the catch. As Trent's retired the last 2 outs and 3 of the last 4. So they've been going opposite field to right field. So Jaden Robb will come to the plate for the second time. Left fielder who top half of the inning made a great catch against Cody. He hits this one into right shallow, and it's another Bloop Texas leaguer that gets on. So it's the 3rd hit of the day for the Columbians. This time it comes with 1 out. As they haven't, outside of Cantrell's, the Kangas single and now the Robb single. Doesn't matter, though. You've got that entire field to work with. That's the beautiful thing about baseball. So many ways to get it done. So Logan Keizur now comes to the plate, the pitcher, trying to help his own cause here. Eli throwing from the stretch with Robb at first, pitch inside for a ball. So Tigers, they definitely want to limit the Columbians. We know they're capable of scoring a lot of runs, but they've been held in check today by Logan Keizur. Want to keep this one a low affair as breaking pitch misses inside, ball 2. So Coach Carnes calls out the plate from third base with Robb at first, Keizur at the plate, 2-0 count. DeMello throwing from the stretch. Caden behind the plate. That one is low and in the dirt. Good block by Caden to keep Robb at first base. But now Eli in a 3-0 hole. Got some swirling wind here at Rainier High School. The 3-0 gets the outside corner as Keizur was ready to walk on down to first base, but he did look back. So he was wanting that pitch to be ball 4, but had an inkling that it wasn't. 3-1 count. Eli, I'd love to see a ground ball hit hard to Cody here. Next to see the Tigers turn a double play. Runner at first. Doesn't take off as he's going to now take off as that pitch misses to Keizur. It's the first walk of the game by Eli. So Tanner Chapman, the right fielder, will come to the plate for the second time today. In his first at-bat, he grounded out to start the second inning to Ethan Thomas. So Eli waiting for Chapman, steps in the box now, the right-hander. There's the right-hander on the hill. Blaze and Fico got their toes on the grass. This one hit. And it's a pop-up. Cody, an infield fly rule is in effect and signaled as Cody makes the catch on the pop-up. 2 down now for the Columbians for Tyler Nelson. Tyler had a 6-3 ground out. So he's got 2 on here, bottom of the 4th inning. A 1-0 lead. Eli fires one down the middle for strike 1 as he gets Nelson swinging. Got Nelson into an 0-2 hole last time. Tigers looking to get out here. As one high heater gets him swinging again. 0-2 for Nelson. Takes a moment, steps out, steps back in. As Ethan Thomas plays at second, he heads back. Here's the pitch. hit into left field. It's heading foul. It's unplayable as Ramos tried to chase it down after it got into foul territory. It remains an 0-2 count. But that's one of those danger areas of the field, is that foul line along the poles is no man's land. The 0-2 count with 2 down. Bottom of the 4th, hit hard up the middle. This is going to plate somebody, as this one is going to be played by Fisher. Rob will score on the RBI single from Tyler Nelson. 4th hit of the game brings the 2nd run across, and the Columbians are now on top 2-0 against the Tigers. As the Columbians are fighting to stay in the thick of it after getting the win against the top team in the league, the Warrenton Warriors, on Wednesday. They've already played 2 this week. Their bats are looking a little bit more fresh right now. So Tyler Nelson at first base. Hunter Bulch now at the plate. First pitch to Bulch misses outside. So pitcher Logan Keizur's at third. Runners on the corners. Caden, though, has a great arm. I doubt we'll see Nelson take off for first. This one's hit in the gap, and that's going to score Keizur. It's now 3-0 Columbians on back-to-back singles from the bottom of the lineup. The 8-9 hitters just drove in 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th, and now we're back to the top of the lineup with senior shortstop Joey Tripp. So 3 hits and a walk. Here in the bottom of the 4th have scored 2. Got Nelson at second, Bulch at first. That pitch inside misses. On deck is Kenny Tripp. So Eli from the stretch, hit, and this one's hit hard to Darius in left, who throws to Fico at third, and Tigers thought they got the force out, but Nelson was able to get there just in time, as that is now 3 hits in a row for the Columbians, and the bases are full for freshman Kenny Tripp. As Eli's calling time, Coach Hilgers is wanting to come out, and I don't know if he's going to be talking to the field ump, and that's precisely what he's doing. He's talking to the field ump and not Eli. As that one was hit hard to Darius in left field by Joey Tripp, and so Fico at third base with runners on first and second. It's a force out, and that sometimes happens with hard hit balls into the outfield if guy isn't quick to the bases. But the field ump is telling Coach Hilgers how he saw it happen on the field, and Coach Hilgers is not going to have his way here, as he is going to go talk to the plate ump right now, as if Fico's foot was on the bag, and they're going to say he was safe after consulting. So it's a 3-0 ball game. 2 runs have scored. It's been back-to-back-to-back hits. It is the second baseman, Kenny Tripp, at the plate. His brother Joey's at first. Bulch is at second. Nelson's at third. And this one's fouled by Tripp, out of play, back behind the cage. So it's just a 3-0 game here, but as we saw at senior night with Ty Fisher, a swing of the bat can break a game open. That's good block by Caden, keeps it in front. It's in the dirt for ball 1. The Columbians in control of this one in the midpoint of this game, as Tigers go top 5 after this one. Will it be just a 3-0 game, or can Kenny Tripp extend the lead? 1-1 hits the outside part of the plate. 1-2 now as he gets Tripp looking on the breaking pitch. With the bases full, thrown from windup. As he throws his hands out, and bases are full. He gets him for final out of the inning, swinging, but not before. The Columbians, they collect 4 hits. They leave 3 on the bases, but they score 2, and they're now up 3-0 as we go top 5. Back in 60 on your Tigers Radio Network. Welcome back to AM 1400 KBCH, where it's the top of the 5th inning, and the Tigers trail the number 7th ranked team in the state, the Rainier Columbians, as Logan Keizur, so far through 4 innings of work, has yet to allow a hit. He's allowed 2 base runners. One was via an error, the other was via a walk. As that pitch is called strike to Fico Ramos. On deck is Darius Smith. Tigers looking to get things started here as that one misses from Keizur. Oh, that one missed the moment left his fingertips there. As Tigers, looks like Trenton Fisher starting to warm up right now. Keizur, that one fastball high. Fico goes after it, fouls it out of play. 1-2 count now for the sophomore third baseman. Top 5 Tigers trying to make some noise. They need to do that by getting a hit. Curveball in the dirt. Ball 2. So it's been a solid performance from Keizur today. All it takes is 1 inning. And the Tigers make it happen here in the 5th. As Fico gets a piece of that one, fouls it back. Gotta keep anything close here. As Preston Setzer behind the plate, Austin Cantrell first, Kenny Tripp at second, Jordan Kangas at third, and Joey Tripp at shortstop. That one is low on the breaking pitch. Curveball misses low. And the outfield, Jaden Robb in left, Hunter Bolch in center, and Tanner Chapman in right field. Columbians come in with a 7-5 record today, 3-2 in league. As he gets him looking on the outside part of the plate, as that outside corner, perhaps, it's been changing. But that time for Fico, oh, and anything is close, you got to protect. Doesn't protect, and he heads back to the dugout, which will bring up Darius Smith now. Darius struck out his first at-bat. On deck is catcher Caden Heineman. As first pitch swinging in on the wrist, popped up to Kangas at third, who makes the catch, and quickly 2 down now for the Tigers. They're down to their final 7 outs here, and they've still yet to record a hit. Caden Heineman will come to the plate. So Rainier, which has been on a roll this week, continues that play. Tigers trying to see if they can get something going as Caden Heineman looks at a ball outside. Four strikeouts on the day for Keizur. As that time, that one is called a ball. Very similar spot to the Fico Ramos pitch. As I'm right behind him, of course, no one's got a better view. This one's hit to Tripp at shortstop, comes in, makes the grab right before the grass. Cantrell comes off the bag, but he's able to apply the tag and get the final out of the inning. Another 1, 2, 3. In fact, it has been 11 straight batters retired for Logan Keizur at the plate as Tigers go bottom 5, still looking to get their first hit of the game back in 60 on your Tigers radio network. Back here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Eli DeMello continues on the mound with Caden Hindman behind the plate. Blaze Kimbrough at first, Ethan Thomas at second, Fico Ramos at third, Cody Knott at shortstop, Darius Smith in left field, Ty Fisher in center field, and Trenton Fisher in right field. I did mention that Trenton was warming up during that last half inning break, so we expect to see him in relief here. If Eli calls for it, it will be Jordan Kangas, the third baseman, looking at the first pitch. Called strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. So Kangas, who had the game's first single and first run, he's 1 for 2 today. Hits this one to Cody, who goes to his right, makes the scoop. There's the throw to Blaze for the first out of the inning, bringing up Austin Cantrell. Austin Cantrell, who is 1 for 2 today. He lined out to Trenton as well as he had a single. So his third at-bat today. Looks at a called ball. As he went the distance on Wednesday's win over Warrenton. That one misses inside. 2-0 count now for Cantrell. Tigers hoping to have a quick inning here in the 5th and get to the top of the 6th and then heat up with the bats. Cantrell, though, heats this one into left center field. It's got a chance, and that one is off the fence. Ty Fisher no, do they say? They say that one is gone. That one is gone from Cantrell, so it hit the tree out there and then came back into play. Although I think Darius and Ty might be questioning that. But the call was a home run shot from Austin Cantrell as he got a whole lot of heat behind that one. And it's now a 4-0 Columbians lead here in the bottom of the 5th, bringing up the left fielder, Jaden Robb. Tigers now, fortunately, no one was on base, so it's just a one-run shot, but a solo shot from Austin Cantrell. And with the pitching of Logan Keizur, Tigers are going to have to do something strong here. Close this game out, come up with a win in the first of 2. There's a good play by Eli as that little short hitter comes off the hill, makes the grab going away from his body, and then fires to Blaze at first in time for the second out, bringing up Logan Keizur. So Keizur, who just saw his buddy Cantrell lift a shot into left center field, has now got a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. He is 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. As that first pitch is low to Keizur for a ball. It's a 3-11 to the poles. Don't know what it is to center field. There's no number out there. As that one misses inside for ball 2. And he gets him swinging low at that one in the dirt. So 2-1 count now for Keizur at the plate. As Eli got him looking, chasing. Tries it again. This time misses low. 3-1 count to Keizur. As he walked on a 3-1 count last time. On deck is right fielder Tanner Chapman. As called, strike outside corner. 3-2 count at the plate with 2 down. Bottom 5, tap down 4-0. Eli looking to send him top 6. Here's a chopper to Cody, who's unable to come forward, make the catch on the turf. So Logan Keizur gets in on the E6. And it's another base runner for the Columbians. It's the second error of the game for the Tigers as Cody is charging hard, drop that glove down. It's one of the differences between the turf infields and especially a turf outfield. A baseball will fly on a turf outfield, but it does the same thing. Gives you also a true bounce. Eli starts off curveball to Tanner Chapman, gets him looking. 0-1 count. So this one hit to Cody, and it gets past him. This one hit hard off the end of the bat by Chapman, his first base hit of the day. And again, 2 on for the Columbians as Tyler Nelson comes to the plate. Last time, came to the plate, he plated one as he had an RBI single into right field, and that's where a lot of these hits have been going, by and large. Of course, Cantrell's shot was over in left center field. Hit outside the fence and then came back in, which is why we saw Tai pick it up. So right now, 2 on for Nelson. And a ground out and an RBI single in his 2 appearances. This one popped up on the hands, out of play on top of the Rainier baseball building. A 1 count for Nelson. Thomas plays to the bag at second. Now he gets back. That's curveball. Looking inside for strike 2 to Tyler Nelson, senior designated hitter. So Rainier, they've scored 1 in the first. They've scored 2 in the fourth. They've got 1 here in the fifth. Eli tries to keep it at the 1. Nelson hits this one high into the outfield. Trenton comes forward and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. So the Columbians, they get the home run shot from Austin Cantrell. They strand 2 runners. It is Tigers going top 6 now, down 4-0. We'll be back in 60 on your Tigers Radio Network. Well, it's the top of the 6th inning, and the Tigers trail the Columbians 4-0. They got on top in the bottom of the first with a 1-0 lead. They scored 2 in the 4th and then 1 there in the 5th off the solo shot from senior Austin Cantrell. Tigers are still in it. They're down to their last 6 outs, though, as it's been all Rainier, in part because of the man on the hill, Logan Keizur, who's worked the Tigers so far today for 4 strikeouts. More importantly, though, he's fairly unhittable, as Taft yet to get their first hit of the day. He starts Ethan Thomas off with a strike, as Tigers will bring 9-1-2 to the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. As check swing from Thomas, he says he broke the wrist, 0-2 count. Well, on deck is Trenton Fisher. Trent's been having some action in right field today. That's where a lot of Rainier baseballs have been headed. The 0-2 for Thomas. Keizur works the curveball, misses low, but blocked by Setzer behind the plate. He's got Cantrell at first, the Tripler others up the middle at second and shortstop, with Kangas at third, Robb in left field, Bolch in center, and Chapman in right. 1-2 count for Thomas, the second baseman. And he fouls this one out of play along the right field side into the blackberry bushes. That's a nice big campus here at Rainier High School. Another game going on today, another doubleheader for the Lady Tigers to take on Rainier. This curveball misses in the dirt. 2-2 count for Thomas, who fell behind 0-2. Now has himself at a 2-2 spot. As for Taft, for the softball team, that one's hit. Well, get through the gap at Cantrell. He gets it. He's going to have to shuffle to Keizur, unable to make the play on the toss. So it's a base runner for the Tigers. But I think that will go down as a catching error, as Cantrell made the play on the backhand. But Keizur, unable to make the catch, gets Thomas on base at first. And that's the important thing for the Tigers right now, as it's not going to be one guy that does it. You got to plate 4 to tie this game up. So just the third base runner of the day for the Tigers. So Trenton Fisher, they're going to check throw to first base, and he's safe. As Ethan now, he's definitely going to have, Mom's going to have to wash that jersey here on the turf field. It's a nice tan streak down the chest. So here's first pitch to Trenton, and curveball. Somehow found a piece of the upper outside corner for strike 1. As the outside part of the plate's been a curious zone today. Imagine we'll see the field and plate ump switch in the second game. As here's the hit and run called. Kangas plays it down the third base line, and it's a live ball, so they get the out at first. So a 5-3 ground out, but Ethan Thomas advances to second base on the play. 1 down now for Eli DeMello, who's got a runner at second. As would have been a very risky play for Kangas to let that one go by him at third in hopes that it goes foul. If it stays fair, not only would Trenton have been safe at first, but Ethan Thomas is probably going for third. DeMello's going to drop a bunt down. Setzer will grab, throw to first, and it's not in time. Thomas gets to third, rounds, and he looks at Cantrell, who blocks the throw. And there's the first hit of the game for the Tigers, as Eli DeMello breaks up the no-hitter from Logan Keizur with the drop bunt. And the Tigers now have runners on the corners for Cody Knott. As Eli, with plenty of speed, that is a typical play for him. He's not swinging away. He'll say, "Come get me." Cody now. First pitch swinging, pops it up, out of play, right field side, and that'll get out of play as Cantrell hustled so hard the hat came off. As the young man has had a heck of a game so far. It's been a great week of baseball for him, as we said, went the distance in the win against Warrenton. The Tigers, it's been a good week of baseball for them. They scored 17 runs on Tuesday on senior night perhaps now with 2 on and 1 down. And one of the most feared hitters in their lineup, Cody Knott at the plate. See if they can get on the board here against Logan Keizur, who has been very strong on the hill. As Eli takes off, here's the throw. Tripp comes in. They get it, but Ethan Thomas comes across to score. So Eli is caught stealing on the base pass, but Ethan Thomas steals home plate, and the Tigers have their first run, but now they have 2 down. As Eli, he didn't slide, he stayed on the feet there, and Joey Tripp was in front of the bag and was able to come back. A great throw by Preston Setzer, and then the tag by Joey Tripp to get Eli. So nobody on, 2 down. Cody Knott tries to get back on, instead fouls it out of play along the first base line. So 0-2 count for Cody. It's now a 4-1 game. Tigers trail by 3. Ty Fisher on deck as Cody play there for Taft to get by Ethan Thomas, but you would have liked Eli safe. Curveball gets him swinging. It's in the dirt low. He's got to hustle down to first. And so the 5th strikeout of the game for Logan Keizur with a 2-3 throwout to end the threat. The Tigers, they get 1 hit and they get their first run, but they trail by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Back in 60 on your Taft Tigers radio network. So it's going to be Trenton Fisher now on the hill for the Tigers as Eli DeMello's day is now done. As coming to the plate this inning, it will be Hunter Bolch, the center fielder. As Bolch, and the RBI single, his last at-bat. And after the Tigers got one in the top of the 6th, Columbians will try and get one of their own back. Of course, for the Tigers going into the top of the 7th, it'll be down to their final 3 outs. So the defensive switch is real simple for Taft. It's just Trenton Fisher in right field for Eli DeMello on the hill. So a 9-1-1-9 switch. So Trenton will come on in relief. As Eli, he had 5 innings of work today, had 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. As we're in the bottom of the 6th, Trenton Fisher, a pitch inside to Bolch for ball 1. So 4-1 game here for Taft. They've kind of lived and died by their offense on the season. As just 1 run, the lowest they've scored and won a game on the season is a 4-3 victory against Toledo to start the year. That pitch misses outside, so a 2-0 count, or 3-0 count, to Bolch. So he wants to start off, leadoff walk, and he's not going to get it as breaking pitch from Trenton Fisher hits outside corner, strike 1. So 3-1 from Little Fish. Down the middle, hit up in the infield. It'll be playable by Blaze Kimbrough in foul territory along the first base side, who makes the catch on the pop-up for out number 1. Back to the top of the lineup now, Joey Tripp will come to the plate for the Columbians here. bottom 6 with 1 down. He is 1 for 3 today. Had a pop up to Cody, a fly out to Trenton, and he had a single as part of the 2-run 4th inning. This one hit hard to Ethan Thomas, who stabs to his right with the foot and sticks that glove out, makes the catch. As someone just said, he got lucky down there. He moved a half step to his right and made the catch. Apparently, this 4-1 lead is getting to the head of some fans right now, as it's been a good game as Kenny Tripp looks at the called strike there. As Trenton in relief, first 2 up, first 2 down. That's what the relief man's supposed to do. Gets the called strike again on the outside. Kenny Tripp doesn't like it. As that outside part of the plate today for righties has been the mystery zone. Only one lefty in the lineup for either team. As swinging, hit to Trenton, who goes high, makes the catch with the glove, tosses to Blaze for the 1-3 ground out. Trenton's been making a lot of plays today in the field. And the Tigers will go to the top of the 7th, their final 3 outs when we come back in 60 on your Tigers Radio Network. Ty Fisher here in the top of the 7th inning for the Tigers, as they're down to their final 3 outs now, as they're going to have to plate 3 here in the inning if they want to keep going. Otherwise, we're going to take a roughly 15-minute break or so, and then we'll be back with the second game of 2, as Logan Keizur has been the story in this one today, as he starts Ty off with curveball that misses outside for a ball. On deck, Blaze Kimbrough. As that one misses high and away for ball 2 to Ty. And down 3, the Tigers need base runners, as they've only had 1 hit, and it came on a drop bunt from Eli that managed to stay fair as before Pretz and Sester played it. Gets Ty swinging for strike 1 there with a 2-0 count, takes a hack, and now down 2-1. Of course, at this point in the game, Tigers, as we said, they need base runners. Solo shot will help inject some life, but looks at strike 2, fastball. Outside part of the plate. Ty now, 2-2 count. With wind coming across the infield from third base across to first base, 2-2. Curveball is low. With a 2-2 count, you had to expect with Keizur, with the action he's had with that today, that he'd throw his breaker. But 3-2 count, see if he trusts it one more time, or if he feeds Ty a fastball. There's a payoff from Keizur. Heat is low, misses, and it's a walk. Just the second walk allowed today by Keizur. Gave one to Fico back in the 2nd inning. So he's had a great performance on the mound, and that retires his streak of batters that he had retired consecutively at this point. So Blaze Kimbrough, the RBI man, comes to the plate. He's got 14 runs batted in on the season. As he starts off swinging against Keizur on the inside pitch, fouls it. Back for strike 1. As Tigers, Coach Hilger's in the box along third base. Coach Nelson in the box at first base talking to Ty. As Blaze looks down to Coach Hilgers. steps back in. Keizur throwing from the stretch. A swirling wind here at Rainier High School. Just a few clouds in the sky. Blaze swats this one into right center. Tye will freeze in the base pass as Chapman makes the catch, and Tye has to head back to first base. As he put that glove out there, blocked the sun, makes the catch for out number 1. So Fico Ramos comes to the plate. 2 outs left for the Tigers here in the top of the 7th. Only 7-inning games in high school. They will play extra innings, though. We'll just keep going if it ends up that way. Tigers hoping for a big inning here. That one misses outside. Setzer fakes the throw to first. A 1-0 count to Fico. So with a win here today, Rainier would go to 4-2 in league. Taft would go to 5-3. That pitch low and in the dirt for ball 2 to Fico. Warrenton's playing Willamina for 2. The number 1 team versus the number 6 team. You expect Warrenton to get those 2 games. And then Catlin Gable at 3-4. And Klatskanai 2-3. Tigers are on the road at the Eagles for the other doubleheader. That could go either way. As that pitch misses outside to Fico, 3-0 count. So the young man had a full count walk in his first at-bat. Struck out looking with a full count in his second at-bat. And that one is in the dirt, so second walk of the game for Fico. Tye heads down to second. Darius comes to the plate, and Darius now represents the tying run at the plate for the Tigers. As Coach Carnes is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, who immediately shakes his head. And that tends to tell you that Logan Keizur's reaction is, I want to stay in this game. With 2 on, Tigers still only have 1 hit today. But they've now put themselves into a situation where they've given up 7 hits, but 1 or 2 hits here, and they could be tied with the Columbians. So Darius in a big position here. Tigers have 1 out, top of the 7th inning. They're, as we said, down to their final 2 outs. You got Fico at first base. You've got a all-state wide receiver at second base. That one's hit down the line at third, and it goes foul last second, as that one helped the Tigers in the sense that if it had managed to travel all the way down that dirt path along third in fair territory, Kangas would have stepped on the bag at third and likely doubled Darius up. But it went foul as Keizur's going to come off the plate. So 0-1 count for Darius with 1 out. Tye takes his lead at second. This one swung back and fouled out of play. 0-2 count now for Darius. On deck is Caden Heineman. Be a great time to see the Tigers string a few hits together here. Keizur, he's been excellent today on the hill, throwing from the stretch. The 0-2 count. Curveball misses outside. As maybe a last-second push of wind came in and made that one a ball, as the Columbians thought he had Darius looking. 1-2 count for 0. We got speed on the base pass for Taft if he can find some grass. That one's in the dirt. Tye's going to take off for third. Setzer picks it up. Fico heads to second, and the runners advance for Darius now with a 2-2 count and 1 down. Again, Darius, the man at the plate, is the tying run. Tye can score, Fico can score, and that just makes it a 4-3 game. But a little bit different situation now as the Tigers start to put some pressure on the Columbians as they try and believe they can come back. He hits this one hard and foul. As there was a similar situation a few nights ago in the Moda Center where the Trailblazers were down 15 with 7:40 to play. Plenty of clock left on Lillard time as Keizur steps off. It's going to take that kind of belief for the Tigers. A 1-2, Darius swats it foul again. It looks like he's opening that front foot just a little bit too much on the swing. And the wind definitely I would say it swirls here, right? More than coming in any one direction, it tends to just swirl here at Rainier High School at Stan Pierboom Field. Keizur, the 1-2 pitch, hit by Darius into left field. It's a high one for Jaden Robb to play. He comes forward, makes the catch for 2 down. Ty tags, and he will score. So it goes down as a sac fly for Darius, who scores Ty on the play. It's a 4-2 game for Caden Heineman at the plate, but the Tigers are now down to their final out. Fico's at second base on the play. So Keizur continues on the hill. As he's only given up the 1 hit, he's got 3 walks. As Caden finds a gap, Joey Tripp goes to the ground, gets it, throws to first, and he's not in time. Fico advances on the throw. Runners on the corners now. As that one was, I thought that one was getting past Joey Tripp. I didn't think he had a chance at it. As he went to the ground, made the catch and the throw, but it just was not enough as it came off the as Cantrell came off the bag. Runners on the corners now for the Tigers. For Ethan Thomas. A big situation as he swats this one. Joey Tripp, here's the grounder, throws to brother Kenny in time for the final out of the game. The Rainier Columbians win game 1 of 2 by a score of 4-2. As we will take a break here. We're going to send it back to the studio, and then we will take a break. We won't come back from this. We'll just do a quick recap for you right here today for the Tigers. It was Logan Keizur who goes 7 innings today, gets the win in game 1, as Eli DeMello will come up with the loss on this one. And then Austin Cantrell with the big solo shot in the 5th inning of the game, kind of put the cap on this one. Tigers were able to come back, though. They were able to score 1 in the top of the 7th, but unable to get 3 to force a bottom of the 7th, as the Columbians win game 1 by a score of 4-2. They had a total of 7 hits today. They stranded 7 runners on base, and they had 1 error on their 4 runs for the Tigers. They scored 2 runs today on 1 hit, and they would strand 4 on the base pass and commit 2 errors. So each team committing 2 errors today, but Tigers outscored by 2. We will be back.